All right, so let's look at this one. Let's help you get it into fireproof form. Now, I want you to keep in mind that the function you're dealing with is really y equals 1 over x. That's the original function we're dealing with. So remember how we say things like, y minus k over b. Well, on this side, we're going to have, in the denominator, x minus h over a. Just keep in mind that every time we're doing these fireproof form, these two things are getting replaced with these two things. That's what's getting replaced. So when I get done with my fireproof form, there better be a 1 over. Like for instance, the easy part is to add the 7, come on, and divide by 3. Okay, that's the easy part, okay? The question is, what's going on down there? And this is where I have tried to instruct you to somewhere take the negative 2x minus 6 over 1, and then start thinking about how you would multiply by something, in this case, negative 1/2. Come on. Sometimes Zoom doesn't want to write. So the top and the bottom, and then distribute what goes on inside and get your fireproof form, x plus 3 over negative 1/2. And then you can start looking at your a, your b, your h, and your k. But, this is your fireproof form right here. So, for that question. Hope that helps. Let me pull up the next one here. Pause. So you can copy it down. Pause the video so you can copy it. I'm sorry, I can't even talk. All right, so on this one, we're starting with a parent function. They're asking me to do a horizontal stretch by 2. Well, they just told you what the a value was, 2. Shifting right 3, they just told me that the h value was 3. Now, remember how I just had that written out, that it's y minus k over b equals 1 over, and then in the denominator, x minus h over a. All right, now, let's see what we can replace. Well, they haven't told me anything about k, so there's no shifting up and down. So we automatically know that that's a 0. There's no stretching or shrinking in the vertical direction, so we know that's a 1. We do have an h and an a value. So literally my fireproof form is going to look... Now, could I write minus 0 divided by 1? Yeah, I could. There's no reason to. I literally could do y. But the reality is, come on, where's the clear? No, I want the eraser. Really, I could just do y equals 1 over, let's see, x minus 3 over 2, okay? Now, how does that look different than the standard form? Because you're like, well, isn't standard form y equals? Well, you could simplify the right side here. You could, well, I guess I wouldn't argue if you left it, but nah, we need to. We need to. Remember how it's 1 divided by x minus 3 over 2? And that is the same thing as 1 times the reciprocal, 2 over x minus 3. So y equals 2 over x minus 3. Now, somebody might argue with me, well, doesn't that mean that the b value is 2? And I didn't think there was a stretch on the vertical. Well, if you start thinking about some of these things, stretches can be defined as horizontal or vertical in two different ways. And for some functions, it almost can be defined the same way. And so you can get into those arguments with stretches and shrinks in the vertical and horizontal direction. But anyway, so that's what I would do for those questions. Hope that helped.